Assalamualaikum and a good day to everyone. My name is Muhammad Yusuf bin Zulkifli, and on behalf of my teammates, I would like to explain about our innovative idea. We believe that our innovative idea could benefit not only to the learning disabled teenagers or students, but it also could help the bottom billion family because we believe that not all families able or could afford send their child or their children to the for the intervention or for therapy because the fees is quite expensive. So therefore, we believe that this idea at least could lessen their burden to reduce their expenses and at the same time to help their learning disabled children to modify the sexual behavior cues if happen the learning disabled children or teenagers is having a sexual behavior problem. So, the issue of sexual behavior among learning disabled teenagers is alarmingly widespread, and many parents are concerned about their learning disabled child's sexual development because when they are in the transition to puberty, they will be in the state of confusion about the body changes, and we can't deny that the feeling of the sexual urge will trigger them as well. So many parents they not willing to talk about the sexuality of their child, with the learning disabled child, not because they don't want to, but because they worry the acceptance or how their learning disabled child will accept it because they they have in their mind that they could not understand what they are saying, what they are talking about. So this socially unpleasant difficulty of discussing sexuality with their children, and because of that, many of the parents let their child engage in inappropriate sexual behavior by force. And it will worsen when it is happening in the public, when the learning disabled children or teenagers would like to express their sexual urge. So, before this, categorically, a social story is an effective tool for assisting the learning disabled individual to understand the circumstances. Many of the caregivers, therapists, or teachers, they will use social story and social study, we can't deny that one of the best mechanism to help the learning disabled students or teenagers to understand, or to understand the thing that would be happen by them and the thing that's supposed to do or not to do by them. However, the limitation of using the social story is it takes times because learning disabled teenagers must be reminded constantly by reading social stories regarding inappropriate behavior and tantrums because they just in the static pictures and a small text below that. And it takes time because someone needs to present to read the social story alongside them, such as parents, teachers, or caregivers. So because of that, because we know that social story is one of the best mechanism, therefore to enhance it more further, we would like to integrate it between social story and virtual learning. So we would like to have this social story we transform into an animation. So when it's transformed into an animation, of course it will be easy for someone to capture the idea or the things that portrayed to them. So, SEEK is an innovative idea that stands for story, explanation, and example. Like I said just now, using social story integrated with virtual learning. And this idea aims to educate learning disabled teenagers about sex education to reduce inappropriate sexual behavior problem once they transition to puberty. So by using this method, we would like to enhance a few modules, for example, about to know about themselves, and then about the those who can hug, those who can kiss, and about the space, and also about those who can touch them or examine them. So this module would be great to be taught to them because they would know what they would understand about the social standard. So therefore, as a result, this innovation aims to integrate the social story with the VL to assist the learning disabled teenagers in understanding the scenario and adhering the social standards. And using a VL may benefit them by allowing them to build skills essential for independence that most people take for granted. So the novelty of this innovative idea, we believe that it may help the learning disabled individual memorize the consequences of their actions, thoughts, processes, and feelings associated with scenario. And of course, like I said just now, since we want to help the bottom billion family or B40 and below family, so we will use the cheapest yet effectively technology. Yeah, and of course, we will develop a new checklist and module will be enhanced to help the learning disabled teenagers with sexual behavior issue. In terms of commercialization, and the module can be used as an additional syllabus for science subjects, especially for the special education line, and also to fix the idea of SEEK with any animation industry for the educational TV, because education is not only for mainstream students. We believe that disabled students also need to be monitored about this matter as well. With that, thank you very much.